has the tools to deal with Blizzy.
Well, what do we know about Brood? Brood is a player-based hero. Could we say that? Doesn't that sound about right? Maybe like an Arc Warden?
That might be a fair assessment.
So we don't know much about Blizzy.
Okay.
Maybe he's really good at Broodmother. Maybe he's still finding his footing. Maybe he's only got 6 of the 8 working or something. I don't know. That's a lot of feet to keep going. It's hard to keep track. He only walks every day on 2. How do you move to 8 so quickly? It's a tough ask.
It is true.
Can he do it?
I guess that's where not knowing the histories in super clear detail. Maybe he's a 10 out of 10 Brood player. And maybe this is just a bit of a crapshoot. So we will certainly see. I do favor this Mineski draft, I have to admit. I think they've just got superior control, superior team fight. I think for Vega to win this one, it's really going to come down to execution. Yeah,
they have that whole idea of like the 4 heroes that can play without Brood, though, right? They have Queen, they have Lifestealer. If he just gets a decent armlet, if they go for the Infest ganks.
Like the 4+1 type strat?
Yeah, that kind of idea. And like, yeah, we're all fighting up top, and then Broodmother just shows up and runs all the towers.
Undershock on the Queen of Pain, that is a pretty good delivery vehicle for the Lifestealer. Right, a lot of burst damage, so you're going to find kills with those two, and a Bounty Hunter on top of that. You've got a lot of gank potential.
Yep. But it's safe to say the Mineski one is well safe, honestly. This looks like some comfort heroes for them.
Yes.
And the Nana Puck.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no to that. The Jabs, Elder Giant, we haven't really mentioned it that much, but he's pretty damn good.
Yep, and Ninja Boogie going to be the one to pick up the Bane. So you are right. A lot of comfort picks across these heroes. So here we go, loading into this game. One of these teams will be going home and making an early exodus from this event. So cannot understate the importance of this match. Both teams fighting for survival.
Where's the instant web thrown down? Nowhere? Oh, he's going mid. Okay. Wasn't sure what he was going to opt for.
Boots first on the Rubik. Kind of cool.
Gets to be the greedy guy here. It's going to be your almost like position 5 kind of bounty idea here. So just trying to enable whoever he lanes with. Makes sense.
Yep. Zayet's on the Rubik. So Mineski will start with 4 heroes moving down to the bottom lane. Right now, Ice 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 on the Prophet. Still hanging out in the well. He has picked up the Orb of Venom to get things started. So looking to harass pretty hard. Slayer goes in to get a pretty deep Observer Ward on the high ground.
Yeah.
It looks like he will not be punished for this.
I've liked these position 5 bounty hunters people have been playing. It's a nice idea. So it it enables someone like the Rubik, and you can still get a lot done with just levels on the bounty. Of course, you're also playing very aggressively. You're putting wards down, so you want someone who can do more when absorbing waves and pushing them out and stuff like that, and that's what Rubik provides for you.
Yep. I still just worry about that lack of control from Vega. You know, Bounty does bring a lot to the table, but very reliant on that telekinesis.
Looks like he's going to grab the wave up top, maybe? He actually just got spotted.
Bold plays from
play around with it here. So he's just going to make sure that it goes into the tower, does some pushing shenanigans, make sure Queen has a nice start. And they put the Lifestealer into mid versus the Puck. Now that is interesting. Trying to find that good Brood matchup, I suppose.
Yeah. So what is the Bounty Hunter doing up here? He's kind of just delaying this creep wave. He's not really pulling it.
And basically just make sure that's going to double stack, and then it's going to shove into Undershock's way.
Ah, okay.
And then Undershock can just walk into the tower with like Shadow Strike.
Ah,
and Mushi won't be able to last it too much. People used to do this with... actually, it was Mineski was one of the first teams who were doing it quite a bit as well with the Night Stalker. They would just like run around in circles with it. And TNC, sorry, actually is who it was, not Mineski.
Interesting.
Another C-Dotes.
We'll see how it works out. As you mentioned, the Puck versus Lifestealer. Zayat's on the Rubik. Will spend some time in the mid lane, so it is a 2-on-1 for now, which means down bottom, Blizzy going to have to deal with this Elder Titan from Jabs.
Yeah, and this is where that double wave hits up top. So this is guaranteed to push, and Ninja Boogie, no pull available. Bounty will just make sure that nothing happens.
Yeah, those double range creeps, they definitely shove in the wave pretty quick.
Yeah, he's going to try, but just not going to happen, I don't think. Undershock just going to make sure the creeps don't go over there. So
mid lane not going so well for the Puck, at least not out of the gate.
3-0.
And Rocket onto Undershock. There's a little harassment.
Bottom lane, not as easy as it used to be in this matchup, right? Because Broodmother used to just like not care about trance. She would just kind of feast off them and use them for spiderlings if this matchup were to ever occur. But now she never goes invis, so they can just constantly chase and harass you as Broodmother. Unless you're just going to like play in the trees the whole time, but then you're not applying any pressure either.
Yep. In that mid lane, while we were looking at that, Puck almost died, was actually forced to TP out back to his own tier 1 tower. Definitely a rough start for Moon.
DD will end up on the bottom lane, spotted out by the Dire. So Jabs runs over to secure that, as well as both bounties.
So a slow and steady start here. Ninja Boogie just doing a pull to get a little bit of lane control back. Bane opting not to go for the early and feeble build. So we talked about the power that can bring out, but going for the Brain Sap Nightmare, relatively standard. Also a Sentry Ward down, so they will bump into Slayer, and Ninja Boogie will have eyes.
Very important that Palantimos is getting last hits here, though. They've just kind of ensured that the Bane's not going to be messing with him. It's more important that the Queen has the levels in this case, and then the Armlet gets built on the Lifestealer, and then all the pressure is kind of on that duo to make this game happen, honestly. Create that space for Broodmother to be her hero.
That's what the Brood is all about. Zayats and Jabs going to go and blow for blow in the jungle. Of course, Elder Titan, not the hero you want to trade blows with early on, and kind of will repel the Rubik at least some. That means that bottom lane is now a true 1v1 of the Nature's Prophet versus the Brood.
Prophet just hit so hard, too. That's 72, but the levels are starting to stack, so the Spiderlings will be able to do quite a bit of damage.
Jabs coming in, putting some pressure on this Lifestealer, realizing that Moon needs some help to try to turn this lane. Like you said, great for Palantimos to have this start in terms of farm.
They are sacking the Queen to some sense, though. Obviously, she only has 9 last hits and I have 10. So I guess she's still even with the opponent mid, but maybe not as high as the Queen would like to be. But against Puck, we know that matchup kind of sucks for Queen now anyway, so this is working out in other ways, too.
I mean, do you think this lane setup is ideal for Vega, having to do the Brood safe lane and then putting Queen in the off lane?
I think so, because we've just seen Queen versus Puck is just not even anymore at all. It's not even close. Like, Puck destroys her.
And almost gets a kill on Zayats there. Walks away with 4 HP. But does survive. No first blood.
They also have no kill threat on the Queen. She can just always blink back. They go for a Nightmare into damage. She's awoken, and then she blinks back.
Yeah, I guess even with some extra points and homing missiles, still pretty hard to burst down the Queen in that duration.
Yeah, it would be really tough. And then you're going to miss out on your farming capabilities because you have homing missiles that flack in. And
yep, there you go. And even with the homing missile coming, she can almost always blink back into safe territory.
Yeah, just able to TP back home as he's pressured. And this is a Brood level 4. So even scary for Jabs to be here, honestly. If he's not in between these towers like this, he can't be able to push out too far.
Yeah. It's a good start for the Brood, leading in the last hits now at 25, but honestly, Ice is doing just fine. Now in the top lane, Ninja Boogie in some trouble as Slayer slows him down. There's the Fade Bolt, undershot, jumps forward.
That was a sick sleep dodge, though.
He does dodge it, but still, first blood is drawn. It goes to the Bounty Hunter. Now they're going to try to chase down Mushi. Slayer needs to be a little careful, taking big damage from under the tower. Mushi gets the kill, and he's actually still alive. Undershot, now tanking the tower. The Scream is not enough, and now the Queen of Pain dies. Zayats does clean it up to finish off the Gyrocopter, but if you are Mushi right now, you're pretty okay with finding 2 kills before getting finished off. Zayats maybe going to survive here. The Brain Sap was close. He does have Fade Bolt now, and yeah, he'll be good.
Stick with the save there.
Down bottom, Ice almost died again while all that was going on, but Jabs rotates in and does help him out.
Now, a true support player, Ninja Boogie, would have denied the gyro so that he got all the experience for himself before the gyro went down. But the gyro was not able to be denied in time, so they do still get the kill for the Radiant at the very least.
Yep. Talk about your backfire rotations. I mean, they did get the first blood, but now this Gyrocopter very high on net worth, trading between #1 with the Puck. This mid lane has also shifted. Puck actually now ahead of the Lifestealer in terms of CS. Even though Palantimos had that great start, the Rubik Moon has very much recovered. And with that said, Slayer will grab the Courier. Now that's a smoke down and a little bit of bonus gold going the way of Vega.
Oh, very nice. I mean, those Couriers are absolutely massive. It just means for the next 2.5 minutes, you have to go to Fountain to get an item. Like, think about how crazy that is.
Yep.
That's your acceleration doesn't matter at all. Gold does nothing in your bank, you know? You want that early Soul Ring for Elder Titan, you're going home. You're out of here. Jabs, he could have a Soul Ring right now, but no.
Look at this, man. Puck with the double damage. Rubik comes in. Zayats at the ideal time to stop the jaunt. And the double damage on Slayer is enough to secure the kill. That'll make it 3-2, and Vega move back into the net worth lead.
And as you were mentioning, the Puck was getting back in that lane. Well, what happened? Rubik left. He was up top doing his thing. He comes back in. That kill threat is instantly there once more. And speaking of kill threat, Jabs, see you later. Dance all you want, Ice.
Now it's a 3-on-1, but Ice is in so much trouble. He's got the TP, and it won't matter. Telekinesis back. They should have the right clicks to finish him off. Slayer getting credit again.
Jabs so low. He's too fast, though. It's a...
Nice dodge from Blizzy. He's good. He's good. The staple gun's on the way.
Has to be careful.
It's a 3-on-1. Slayer relatively low, but he's going to be able to go invisible just in time. All these heroes so low, but Jabs is just getting kited around. He's actually taking damage from the creeps. Now the telekinesis, the damage back. Is it going to be enough? No! Slayer falls first, and he gets a double as both of them get hit by the Elder Titan Stomp. How unfortunate for Vega. And now Ice 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 comes in for the cleanup, finishes off Zayats.
They did not
commit.
We'll go back to farming. They both started running when the dancing stomp started, and maybe there was a chance to kill him, but they guaranteed their own deaths by attempting to split from it.
Yeah, very chaotic bottom lane, but now up top, Undershock in a lot of trouble. Mushi has the rocket barrage damage, gets another kill up on the scoreboard as they finally finish off that Queen of Pain. But Trent, this has been one hell of a start for the Bounty Hunter, I have to admit. Already close to level 5, putting a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. And even just wasted dust on Ninja Boogie too. Just making sure that he couldn't get slowed again, and then the telekinesis could have came out and could have died, but he will survive. It'll cost him 90 gold though, essentially.
So much value.
So the medallion for Blizzy, he also has that Quelling Blade, so there's no safety here for Ice Ice. Can't just like sprout TP or anything like that.
Look at the queued up build for Blizzy as well. Straight into the Desolator after medallion. Just wants to stay high damage and keep the tempo. Also great for pushing, of course.
Yep, pushing, Roche too.
Yeah.
That'd be a great way to enable a underfarmed Queen of Pain. She is really struggling, but this is the trade-off they're making. They are giving gold to a Lifestealer and a Broodmother and not to the Queen of Pain. It's basically an off-lane co-op at this point.
But it is a hero that can recover, right? With just XP, Queen can still do a lot of burst damage in fights and use those kills to find the gold to transition back into that, you know, driver's seat as a core.
Invis rune on Nana. Can't find the kill as they chase the Brood around here, but they are going to find the tower. Broodmother being pushed into her tower at 9 minutes. It's a beautiful sight.
Yep. Not ideal for Blizzy, but not much he can do here, so he will be forced to let it fall. In the top lane, Vega have a lot of reinforcements. Thought they might make it go on Mushi, but he's just a little too conservative with his positioning here. I'm not going to be able to find him.
They know where he is. They had a ward.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so now the call down comes. Undershock has to blink back.
He didn't have the mana to turn and throw out the ulti.
And now Zayat's going to get left behind. Ice 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 going to join the party, drops the Sprout, and the Rubik will fall.
Yeah, looks like full wand as well. Wouldn't have had a chance for the kill anyway, so good thing he didn't throw it out from Undershock. And if there is one thing, though, there is now space for Undershock down here in terms of, like, he can play through all these trees. It's going to be really hard to make anything happen to him without, like, a Blink Dagger or something on the puck, and he's going for the Veil first. So they are going to transition a lot of that pressure up top, and Brood needs to push this as fast as possible because the whole 4 Protect 1 thing is going to fall apart very quickly if Brood isn't threatening.
Yeah, knocking down these early Tier 1 towers, so important for Mineski just to open up the map, start limiting spaces for the Brood to farm, and also limiting those access points for Vega to be able to react to these big engagements to TP in. I think right now for Vega, getting this Bounty Hunter to level 6 has to be a priority. The tomes come out, and he is going to be able to grab it for himself, but he'll need just a little more to get track on the field.
Yeah, and Zayats is very close to his grab.
Oh, Jabs almost in trouble, but Puck with a double damage rune,
he just
and
needs
the
6.
Dream Coil destroys Zayats. Jabs still barely alive. He does end up going down, but now the Bounty Hunter falls. Undershock trying to TP. It won't happen. The double damage is just too much, Trent. 1 for 3.
That was a Fiend's Grip kill. A microsecond of Fiend's Grip to kill the Queen of Pain. All right, nicely done.
Well, big stuff here for Mineski, and now starting to pull a little further into the lead. About 2,500 net worth is their favor. Brood still farming very well, as is the Lifestealer, but Mineski supports starting to get just a little bit more.
They've done the right thing, though. They've ignored the Brood. They took her tower, they shoved it in, they committed those 3 heroes at that very important moment to just eliminate that, and then they just ran away. What does a Medallion do when no one's in your lane? Not much, you know?
Not a great farming tool unless you're on Roche, that's for sure.
Or you're just like, I mean, he's not even like using it on a lot of creeps or anything like that. So they will try. Okay, this is a good play, though. The Bounty Hunter to enable the earliest infest.
The surprise inside. They go in onto Mushi. He is now level 6 from the tomb, and that means they will have track. They're going to try to chase him down, but Mushi surviving a bit longer than planned. Finally, the Shuriken will finish him off, but Mineski make him work for it, and now they've got reinforcement. They're going to go in onto the Broodmother. The Dream Coil comes out first. Now the right clicks, and Moon will have an easy kill. So they do go 1 for 1, core for core.
Puck's so good at rotating into these fights in near towers, and didn't even have to use the TP in this case, though. So careful around the rest of the map. And see, I'm going to just not going to be able to find anything. Just scouting a bit, I suppose. Trying to lay down some tracks. Can block a stack here.
Yeah. You know, this puck cosmetic makes me think he has a double damage rune even when he doesn't. He's very blue and glowy.
Yes, he's nice and wintry. He needs like a toque to go on top. He's got the S4 Dream Carl instead, though.
So Slayer hanging out over here. Trying to absorb a little bit of this. Looks like a triple stack from Mushi, so getting quite a bit of farm. This is exactly what you want to do with Gyrocopter. Of course, flat cannon. So good in these scenarios.
Ice is Ice, just invisible for a lot of this game. Just goes into the trees, puts out his trance. This is more like the late game Prophet, but he's just kind of doing it in the earlier stages. And they're trying to wrap around like that, trying to get Zayats a play or something, and they just can't find anything.
He's farming so well, though, dude. He's going to have a really well-timed Orchid this game.
Yeah, a lot of these early Orchids these days for our Nature's Prophet players. And a Queen of Pain who's underfarmed. Do not like that.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, even Lifestealer, right? Like, this guy relies on his rage, and sometimes the right silence can just obliterate him, and that's going to be a second silence when you consider the Puck, who has his Veil and is almost in to the Blink Dagger, and just a tower or two will get that for him.
Yeah, Queen of Pain will be going for the Yule Scepter, but still a little ways away, so there should be a window where that Orchid is very effective in locking her down. Mid-tier 1 tower, taking a lot of damage. Glyph has already been used, so this should be basically just a free tower for Mineski. No defense mounted by Vega. Yeah. Up top, Quap was trying to split push, but only does about half damage to the tower.
They can't walk into them at all. I mean, there's just like, if Elder Titan's prepped the Spirit out, if Puck has the Dream Coil, and even Ninja Boogie is just, he's standing there. He's pretty tanky. He's got 940 HP right now. You can't just hop on top of this guy, and he's going to get that Fiend's Grip off.
Absolutely. Sentry wards kind of sprinkled about. Slayer could be in some trouble here. Ninja Boogie does have a Fiend's Grip, but a lot of reinforcements coming now. Palantimos with the Infest Bomb. There's the Sonic Wave. Finds the kill on Ninja Boogie, but could there be a turn? Gyrocopter's rotated. The call down comes, and Vega just try to disengage. Seems to be a successful endeavor.
Okay, nice. It's a good grab. It's not ideal because it's a support and not one of the cores, but they need anything they can get at this point. It's still a 700 gold swing. It's still stacking something onto this Queen of Pain, trying to recover that net worth via kills. That's basically what this was all set up to do.
Yeah.
So nicely done there. Yep. But that Orchid is now complete. But the Courier is dead.
Again.
See ya.
That Bounty Hunter.
At least it's all in his stash, so he can just TP home. He's a Nature's Prophet. He'll be fine.
Yeah, pesky little devil that he is. Blink Dagger also up on the Puck. Veil Blink at 14 minutes. Pretty darn good. I think Moon definitely happy with his farm so far. Like you said, very much a comfort hero for him.
Yeah, 100%. This is kind of the whole key to Mineski right now, and like in any game where Nana is on a comfort hero, and then you just kind of flex that versatility of Mushi and Ice Ice Ice, they're gonna look good. Like they can both pretty much play anything because they've just been around for so long and played different roles, played on so many different teams, different regions. Yeah. So it's nice to be able to provide that hero for Moon that he really wants.
The Desolator also completed on Broodmother, so that first big item after the Medallion of Courage, if she can stick on a target, can definitely do big damage.
Look at this tower in the bottom lane, though. It has taken like 300 HP for the dire side there. Broodmother just nothing down here.
Well, Dream Coil onto Palantimos and the Fiend Script from afar, but it will get interrupted by the Rubik. Now the Rage comes, and this Lifestealer wants to do some damage. Shrek onto the Gyrocopter, and Bane will be the one that gets left behind. Good use of the Nightmare, but Fable will finish him off as Zayats gets killed by Moon, who jumps in the back line. Lifestealer not going to be able to armlet toggle to survive, and it will be a 1-for-2, losing the Bane and picking up a kill on that prized position 1 of Vega.
Yeah, when Ice 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 finally shows up. Waited until Ninja Boogie was dead. Couldn't have came in earlier with an Orchid or anything to help out. He's just kind of lurking up top, trying to slow that push to the Broodmother. But like Blizzy's game is just, this isn't a good Brood game in terms of like what he's achieved, right? He hasn't gotten anything on that tower. This is a Broodmother's lane, and he's already shifted up to that top lane. To try and help out their game at this point. So
I mean, he's still farming well, but you're absolutely right. In terms of securing objectives, it's felt a little bit like a nuisance. You know, he's like that mosquito that's flying around Mineski's head, but he hasn't been able to bite him yet.
Yeah, they've just dodged him a lot. Like, out of the laning phase, he hasn't done much. Oh my god, if Moon can veil this.
He might get caught here. This is
who
the
cares
rune.
about the Brood? Give me those Spiderlings, dude.
The rune of many wins, the invisibility.
I just want to get that gold.
Dream Coil on 2, and now Puck clears up some of the spiders. Mineski has some follow-up. Looks like Zayats will be the one that gets left in the coil, and he will be the first to fall, and maybe they can get more. The Bounty Hunter gets dusted. He tries to TP, but Nightmare is there, and now Slayer completely surrounded. The Bounty Hunter will fall. It's a twofer. Only supports down for Vega, but still more kills going the way of Mineski.
Yeah, because of this Broodmother's gold, it is only a 2K lead, which is a little surprising now, popping up to 3K at this point, but should be more as they focus down this tower with the catapult wave. Not really any sort of pressure here onto Mineski.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of the power of the Prophet. You know, that mini Lycan effect, you get a couple of pickoffs and you can very easy transition into tower pushes. And that'll be just a free tier 2 in the mid. And now up to a 4K net worth lead. Rod of Atos also queued up on the Elder Titan.
Yeah, perfect choice. Very common when there's someone slippery on the other team you want to grab, and in this case, there's two of them. You have the Broodmother and the Queen of Pain, so you want to try and guarantee a stomp into some extra damage from the Earth Splitter. But
also great synergy with the Gyrocopter. You know, hold him in place for the Rocket Barrage, those call downs. Good item.
Yeah, this is Vega are just ridiculously one-dimensional, and that's what happens when you have a Brood. Because this is a hero that she has her own game plan. And it's hard to play around Brood and against Brood.
Nice gank onto Ice 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 there, and Infest Bomb, exactly what you want to do. But now the counterplay, Dream Coil connects on 2. They kill the bounty first. Earth Splitter doesn't do a hell of a lot, but there is a double damage now on Lifestealer. So Mineski maybe need to be a little careful. Fiend Script stolen by Zayetz will get interrupted pretty quickly, and Rocket Barrage from the high ground finds that kill. Jabs does get brought down. The double damage hurts a little too bad.
Very nice.
2 for 2. Obviously Vega just hoping for a quick Infest Bomb kill, but I think they'll take it. It's an advantage their way with the track gold.
Yeah, despite all these sentries from the Dire side, they're largely focused in the northern half over here, so nothing really on this part for the farming of the Lifestealer, or rather the the Nature's Prophet or anything else. So the Lifestealer just comes in with the Bounty Hunter, and easy slaying there.
I mean, that's like the classic Bounty Hunter thing, right? Trade evenly as long as we've got track gold, we're not too upset.
But the whole one-dimensional thing is just like, when you have Broodmother, you're removing one of your cores to being like flexible and stuff.
Dusted up Bounty Hunter. Sorry, Trent.
Nah,
but,
he's dead. Who cares? So basically...
so about the one dimension.
Yeah. So the whole idea is just like, when these fights, when they approach these towers like this, what can you do? You know they have to blink Infest on you, so they're just playing like split up. They have the Elder Titan with the Spirit out and ready, and so maybe one of us is going to die. Sure. But if it's not the Bane, then Lifestealer's getting gripped, and the other guy might get nightmared, and that fight's just done. So if they ever make it to a tower, I have no idea how Vega initiate. It's pretty hopeless without like BKBs or, I don't know, overwhelming damage from a Broodmother.
It is tough, though. I feel like they have been playing well with the Infest ganks. Unfortunately, it's cost the Lifestealer a little bit of his farm. You look at all the cores on net worth, him and Queen of Pain are at the bottom of the pack. So it doesn't come without an opportunity cost, but it's the right idea. If you're picking a Lifestealer, you want to do Infest ganks like this, and they'll do it again. Smoked up now, Queen of Pain with the surprise inside.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for this like tower gold, I mean, you know, there's a lot of gold waiting on that Dire side. If they can get a little bit of an edge here from Vega, they're only 2K down.
That's true.
It's going to be tough, though, because the BKB's done. So this is that long wait for the Gyro. That's like half his net worth, basically, all into one item. And it's a pretty strong one, 20 minutes into the game, when you're relying on these big Infest plays.
Interesting that he went Yasha instead of Drum of Endurance. We've seen the phase Drum BKB, and this is just a slight variation on that.
Yeah, kind of funny, especially because like Prophet didn't get it either. But a little bit speedier, I suppose, or just like constant speed, no charges, degrading. Can go Manta after if this. Well,
we all know how much Mushi likes his Manta style.
That's true.
So
That's probably exactly why.
I guess in this scenario, makes perfect sense. Bounty Hunter looking for more courier snipes. Not going to find it this time, but positioning himself well. He does have a ward that he might drop down, and indeed he shall, right into the enemy base, and that will give some intel of the courier.
Look what they do with the...
Oh, they find him, though. They drop a sentry. They know what he's up to, and this time the shenanigans will not work. Punished
vulnerability for 2 steps. What a troll. That's actually excellent. But you can see the change of mind here for Jabs. He's just realizing, you know, I could get an Atos, but is Brood really the problem? Is Queen really the problem? All that really matters is that someone doesn't die to Infest Bomb. So I'll just buy a Force Staff. And now if they try and go for that one-dimensional initiation, I'm just going to Force Staff them away, and the fight's over. We just win.
I heard Force Staff is pretty good against Lifestealer.
Yep, seems to be.
He definitely has trouble getting kited around and sticking on targets. Smart choice out of Jabs. So, you know, the gold lead from Mineski isn't huge. And a lot of it coming from that Brood, and like you said, there's a lot of tower money on the side of Mineski right now with only one outer tower remaining for Vega. But it seems like they are in the driver's seat. They're the ones, for the most part, controlling these fights. Sure, they've lost some heroes with Infest ganks, but they look hungry for some blood right now.
I want those spiders so bad. I just see, it's like gold bags just running around the whole map up here. Can't do anything with them, though. Just force back. They're all going to start expiring soon. Be a sad brood.
Yeah,
you just got to leave.
Well, Mushi does have that Manta recipe picked up, so we were indeed right in our assessment. And also, Ice has picked up a Force Staff himself. So now
he can't stop himself. He's hopeless. This queen is never going to have an Orchid,
to Manta
dude.
style. Somebody get this man a sponsor.
Yeah, I mean, it's shocking that he actually got the Orchid this game. I wouldn't have thought Undershock would even be able to achieve one. So it's true. He is right. He's got the now if he gets Orchid, he's not forced to BKB. He can just throw up the Manta. Mushi God, Manta God. He should change his name to Manta instead of Mushi.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Although I have a feeling that Orchid might be a little more effective against a hero, like Bane, who's got that long channel on the Fiend's grip, but. Still, if Mushi gets Orchided, he will have a response. That's very true.
Why isn't the blade of a Manta shaped like a Manta Ray?
That's a great question.
New cosmetic here,
email
guys.
Ice Frog about that one, friendo.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Slayer with another very aggressive position here. Interrupts the TP from Mushi. It's kind of obnoxious, but do they have any detection nearby? No, they don't. Ice with that Orchid. Thinking about a potential kill, but he's just going to TP out. And then TP back? Nope, okay.
Man, this queen is so farmed. I don't even know what Undershock has done. He's just, I guess, been split pushing across the whole map. Broodmother's fallen off a bit, maybe giving up some of that space to Undershock and just realizing that he needs that BKB. I didn't think he'd ever get a BKB this game. I didn't think he'd get an Orchid this game. And he's on his way to completing the BKB.
Yeah, I mean, he's picked up a couple of kills, but Quap is a hero that farms pretty exceptionally fast. Scream of Pain is an amazing farming tool. You can clear jungle stacks. You can work neutrals. He's just done a good job focusing on his economy, but still showing up to fights with the Lifestealer. And
Mineski, with the kind of presence they had on the map, they never took Roche. And this is something they can do rather quickly from Vega, so we kind of have to watch for that. But they might be going for the gank right now from Mineski that'll lead them into the pit if they're not careful here on Vega's side.
Yeah, Scythe of Vice queued up next on Ice. Oh, having a Hex will definitely help things out in terms of control. A great item to have against Lifestealer.
This is where we get into that Vega gameplay problem that we saw previously, though. This is where, like, they've looked good. Look, we're at 24 minutes in, and they're hanging in there with Mineski at the current moment. But it's been the execution of the strategy that's built from their heroes that has been their downfall, especially moving into that mid game and then heading to the late game. But they are, in this game, it feels like kind of adjusting to what's happening in this game. They know the Brood's not as important as the Queen of Pain at the current moment. Now, they're just dodging the Brood so well from Mineski. They're never sending one hero against Brood, and that's what Brood wants. She just wants to feast on somebody, but they're not offering that whatsoever. And so they say, okay, Brood's just not going to have a good game right now. Let's get this Queen of Pain in here. And then if Queen and Lifestealer can fight, Brood will get fat.
Well,
he did it again, eh?
Mushi wanted that Manta, but now it's going to be stuck on the courier for 3 minutes.
It's for the best, dude. Trust me, you don't want that thing. Every time you buy a Manta, it doesn't go well, Mushi. He's doing you a favor.
Yeah, that might be true. This Bounty Hunter, very committed to courier sniping, as you were talking about. So obnoxious, very hard to deal with. Mineski are even being thoughtful about it. We saw that courier kind of being microed back and forth, sort of trying to play check and guess with the Bounty Hunter, but this obnoxious ward in the base is what gives him all the
close,
intel.
Dude. He was like, he just had to walk down the stairs. Did you really have to carry that out? Whoa, he's going in up top. That's Ice.
And he might even still survive. The dagger, nope, it's going to tick him down. TP home, not going to be successful. And Undershock now on a killing spree. Big kill for him.
He's top of the board. The off-lane queen. What a legend. 1,100 experience for herself, too. That's massive. That's level 3 ulti.
And the BKB is just about to be completed for him. He's got the money now.
I'm shocked, honestly. Man, maybe regretting not getting that Atos. The Force Staff hasn't done much for Jabs over the past little bit.
That's true. Now another rotation from Vega, smoked up, again Undershock with the Infest Bomb. They're going onto the puck, and oh my moon, going down quick, does get off the phase shift, the orb away.
Dude, the Force Staff, and saved him.
Actually does live, you're right, now the Fiend's grip.
Jab's gone.
The setup onto Palantimos, and oh my, that Earth Splitter brings him down quick. BKB's popped as Broodmother tries to go in on the Gyrocopter, but Vega in full retreat will be able to make it out. Zayet's with the stolen orb, able to jaunt away.
All right. Phew, close. That Force Staff almost didn't pay off by the time he could afford one, again, after like an Atos or something like that. But perfectly timed, as the conversation was saying. It's so good against Lifestealer. Got him out of there. Couldn't get the instant initiation. I mean, that's one of the squishier heroes too, right? That's just the Puck.
Yeah, and Puck is actually going to go for this early Aghanims, Trent. Look
Hell
at that.
Yeah. That's
great
a
against the Lifestealer.
Got him out of here. They have any way to snap at this game?
No.
They do not.
4 stabs, but not going to work through the Magic community.
Yeah, assuming he's raged. Okay, so into the pit we go. I like this. They really need to steal this away, because there is a chance they just grab this, and if they put him on like Undershock or something, he just goes hog wild in one of these fights. That could be scary.
Yeah, but with the Lifestealer dead, this feels relatively safe.
Yo, she's got a BKB though.
His Infest
Dude, we're going in.
Still on cooldown.
Oh, it's back now.
It's okay. He's ready.
Vega. I told you we were going to get the Sharks again today. He's got a munch. This is Jaws.
Well, Mineski make the right play, though. They will back up. Roche at about half HP. They are not going to commit to this, realizing that Vega can absolutely contest. And that'll be the end of it. So Vega do bully them out, and this whole time, Lifestealer just stuck inside the taxi service.
Ooh, they're going to know there's a ward there now, though.
Are Vega going to go for this themselves? Yeah, they ping out that ward on the high ground instantly.
That's just outside the sentry.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
That's a Radiant ward that just got put down.
Oh. That's a dire sentry, Andrew. Jeez, come on now.
Dire sent, yes.
I know. It was me. Oh, I made the mistake. I won't. Then I blamed it on you. All right, perfect. Dire Courier's back. It's Manta time, baby.
Also a gem on the puck. So now this bounty hunter needs to be very careful. They're like, listen, this is now just a matter of honor. This courier will not be sniped.
Yeah, do not take the courier outside the base or you're cut. They instantly smoke.
Yep. Everyone except Ice Ice Ice, who will be able to join the party from afar. Where's this rotation going? Maybe into the pit, but a risky endeavor. Vega do have a pretty good team for fighting around the Roche pit. Queen of Pain and Brood, amazing in those close quarters.
Yeah, and the old jungling Brood, essentially at this point, going for the nullifier.
Ooh.
Gets that gyrocopter in that early BKB, and you know what Manta can't do? Get rid of nullifier.
That's true. That's a great item pickup here. It's a Radiant Sentry that's down.
Really far wrap around.
And they're going to jump on Brood. Dream Coil, she pops the BKB. Stolen Fiend's Grip back onto the puck. Zayet's actually doing a lot of work, and puck will fall first. But it will cost the Rubik his life. BKB is now expiring. Jab's not able to make it to the low ground. Vega actually holding their own in this fight. But now Ice 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 is here. He's got the Orchid as well as the Hurricane Pike. Mushi getting chased down as Slayer falls. A lot of spread action, but Blizzy really wants this gyrocopter. Ninja Boogie on his way back in. And they will keep Mushi alive for now.
He's got no TP, though.
Oh, and the homing missile actually does stun Blizzy. They'll bring him down.
And that Orchid on the Lifestealer will not matter, though, still. Able to get nice and healthy. So, no, nicely done.
Very strange fight there, but in the end, it is Mineski. Well, no, it's actually Vega favored because of the track gold.
Yeah, and considering the initiation, too, that came out onto that Broodmother, you'd think that fight was going to go way worse, right? She just got hopped on right away. But Zayat, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had the stolen Waning Rift, hopped in, got the silence off, and then stole the Fiend's Grip. So I guess we'll find out.
Let's see if we can see it. So there's the opening Fiend's Grip. BKB's out of it.
Oh, so he just grabs the Bane and then throws the Fiend's Grip onto the puck. Very nice.
Yeah, great lockdown. Basically took Moon out of that entire fight.
Then Orchid on top as well, and then Jab's not able to survive even with the Force Staff. And this is where it kind of felt like maybe they should have bailed for Vega and just been happy with it, but I think they probably feel like they're further behind than they are. At least I would. I don't know. I keep being surprised how close the gold is. Well, it's like so they just kind of want to chase more.
It's kind of like you talked about. Brood really wants those 1v1 type situations, and at the end of that, it looked like it was just the Brood, like Blizzy versus Mushi, and I think that's kind of why they committed to it. Killing that gyrocopter just felt a little bit too good, but now Roche will go down in favor of Mineski.
Oh, he caught
and
the Dream Coil
on top of Rubik.
Threw an orb to cancel it.
This poor guy, he's going to get brought down from the high ground, and of course, Aegis will stay standing now in the inventory of Mushi's gyro.
He almost made a play. He was ready to try and go for a blink in, but the orb
I think that sounded way more savage than you intended. He almost did something.
Hey, well, it's true.
Hey, dewarded.
Back to just...
Vega hanging in there, though, Trent. This gold lead has really never been that big. Below 4,000 for the past half hour.
Yep. And maybe Mineski could have taken that Aegis a little bit earlier, too. Perhaps a bit risky. Had they lost that fight, that would have been Aegis for Vega, and they would have actually been in control of this game. Able to actually take some of that territory that Bounty's been scouting for so long. But so many towers still remaining here for Vega. Ice is Ice doing a fantastic job throughout this entire game to ensure that the waves never even make it there. That tower has still not taken any damage on the bottom lane since Brood left.
Yeah.
It is A-okay.
And even the mid tower still at about 50% HP, and it just limits the area that Vega can farm or try to make rotations without assuming a huge amount of risk. And it's just not the case for Mineski. They can feel very comfortable being in the enemy jungle knowing that they just don't have any access points. Aside from the Shrine, of course.
And the 20 talent now up for Gyro.
Oh my.
550 move speed while phased.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And actually not far away from a butterfly.
No, he's really not. Even faster. Can't be fast enough.
I feel like this is a window for Mineski before that nullifier gets completed on Blizzy. Still quite a bit of gold to go, at least 2,000 to farm.
Yeah, he was quite a bit closer before he died. Lost a lot in that death cost.
Queen of Pain still farming very impressively, only a couple hundred net worth behind the gyrocopter, and now has a Shiva's Guard close to completion. Ice joins this top lane.
Like, they know, at least they have a very good idea as to where he is, but he's not going anywhere near that. Like, he understands that Queen is up here at the very least, if not more. And he's quite correct.
Yep. With Assault Karas on the way. It looks like the strategy is 4+1 on the other side. Mineski smoked up, running through the Radiant jungle while showing the Prophet in the top lane. He's TP'd back home.
Yeah, this is just going to prove their hunches as to why. Like, Ice was playing so far back. They even have a Tinker Ward now from the Radiant. I do like that, but they are being sandwiched. Brood, great spot to scout them. They figured it out, though. They're pinging right there.
Breaks the smoke, and they do see him. Puck drops the Dream Coil, now the Fiend's Grip, and Blizzy, although he breaks the smoke, will pay with his life. Meanwhile, up top, Ice in a lot of trouble. They take the opportunity to initiate. He does go down. Ninja Boogie in the front line. BKB from Undershock. Not much the Boogie can do, but he will survive through it. Vega in full retreat, and the TP's home will be successful. So 1 for 1, they trade offlaners.
So close to getting the Yules on top of the Queen there. The BKB just running out, but Nana couldn't quite find it in time. Yeah, favorable trade for Vega. It's track gold.
It's great for Vega. It was a really good read. They see Blizzy gets caught and they go, okay, they're committed there. We're diving the Prophet. But Slayer will get caught. Looking for that courier once more. They've got the gem on the puck, don't forget, and they will be able to chase him down.
Yeah, but he got the track off.
Huge.
Absolutely gargantuan.
Unbelievable. Slow and steady here, Trent. A strikingly even game, 34 minutes in. Aegis pretty soon to expire on the gyrocopter, so it doesn't seem like Mineski will be able to do too much with it. They did such a great job taking these outer towers, but breaking high ground going to be a much different proposition.
Yeah, they certainly want the Aegis cheese, if not more. So just Aegis, not enough to really commit for anything.
Yeah. You know, and based on the current spread of towers, I really would have thought Mineski would start to just grab more of a gold lead by farming the map. But we'll see them now go up to the high ground. Let me eat my words here as they get that tier 3 tower down to about half HP as the bounty hunter's dead. Dream Coil on 2 in the back line. Puck just trying to zone them out so Mushi can focus on the tower.
Oh no, the Infest. It's just like back in their own area.
Yeah, it must have been some sort of a misclick as Zayet's now falls. And just like that, Mineski get a free lane of barracks.
Yeah.
There was not really sure exactly how it happened.
There was a communication that they were going to go onto Nana, but he wasn't chain stunned in time. So they tried to Infest Bomb and kill him.
And also, Sonic Wave is still on cooldown from that last fight, so maybe part of the read from Mineski knowing that they don't have that huge creep clear burst potential.
Yeah, just all those pieces falling into place there. And they didn't even use call down. They still have the Earth Splitter, so any sort of a re-goose attempt here by the Radiant will not end well for them.
It sort of felt like Vega just weren't ready for that. Same as I was saying, how's Mineski going to break high ground? Vega were saying the same thing. There's no way they're going to go high ground right now. This isn't the time.
Well, considering how in control Mineski had felt of this entire game, it's, you know, it was only a matter of time, I guess, but they were extremely patient. And now the Orchid turn around onto the Queen of Pain. They really want to force out a BKB or something here, and she doesn't want to do it. Mineski ran TVs over from Ice, but I don't think that's going to happen. Push down to the low ground. Not enough damage, though.
Not enough.
That would have been pretty cute.
Noble effort, but she will survive.
Jeez, did you hear me? I went Mineski, Mushi, Ice. I eventually got there. You know, those characters on the name always throw me off.
Yes.
What a card.
Ice making it difficult for us. That is true. So, Gem in the hands of the bounty hunter. And Puck also has one. So, both of them now with some vision control. Probably start to see some of those wards get taken out. But finally, a rather sizable gold lead. Mineski now up to about 8,500. The biggest lead we've seen this game by pretty big margin. Also, BOT's up on Puck, so a lot of mobility now for the Dire as they smoke and look to move into enemy territory.
Ooh, with a DD rune as well on Gyro. Not good news here for Vega. They're infested as well. They want that good engagement.
Uh-oh, it might go the other way. The Infest Bomb jumps on top of the gyrocopter. He does not have an Aegis, and he will go down first. Earth Splitter does a little bit of damage, but they lose Ninja Boogie on top of it. And now Ice trying to TP home. It's going to be close, and he's going to make it.
Whew. That was mid-swing. Can't believe we got out of there.
Whoa. So it's a 1 for 2. Obviously benefits Vega. Great counter gank there. They were ready with that Infest Bomb.
Yeah, it turns out being about a 1,700 gold swing. Lots of damage from that Broodmother too, and lots of gold going our way because of it. 879.
Now basically at the nullifier, just a couple hundred, and if they get this tier 1 tower mid, I think Blizzy will be there.
It's finally time to get a structure.
Dire have the glyph, and they are going to move in. They do not want to let this go. They're going to mount the defense.
Sonic Wave's still up. BKB's ready.
Now that Puck's used the orb, Undershock maybe thinking about having a go, but he has the Yule's Scepter, so still plenty of ways to survive. This will actually be the end of that tier 1 tower mid.
Woo! Got another structure. We did it. Second tier 1 of the game for old Vega. And that clock for Roche, again, discussing how important the next Aegis is going to be. Ooh, Slayer. Mr. Sioma. Oh, he's doing the math here. He knows where he is. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's an Aegis Bravo and you have no one else near you. Almost in time. Maybe with that mini stun, there would have been a chance with the Queen blink.
Yeah, you saw the Queen like TPing down to the shrine here, which is now going to get killed by the Treants. So unfortunate, but they were ready to try to find a kill onto Ice 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 if that was interrupted. But there's the Nullifier. Potentially game-changing item if used properly.
Can like absolutely obliterate Mushi. But it's very short range, so has to be someone else is going to have to like start off that initiation, kind of like that Infest that began last time. Catch him before the BKB gets off, and that's a problem because he's going to be BKBing early anyway. So he may not be the best target, but he's kind of the only one that the Nullifier is going to be that amazing on. I guess Puck's okay too, but.
Well, taking a slightly more passive turn after that last big team fight.
That Roche was almost instantaneous.
Ooh,
back
super
up right away.
Respawn. Okay, so Aegis Cheese ready for the taking.
And the Lincoln's choice for Mushi, perfectly chosen, I would say.
Yeah, BKB Lincolns, you think is the right choice this game?
Yeah, just because of the Nullifier, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I'm with that. So what is the play for Vega here? They've got another Infest Bomb. Queen of Pain going for the Bloodthorn. Always an important upgrade. Vega still have a lot of options in this game, Trent. That one lane of Barracks, it hurts, but not game-ending by any stretch. And the way they're itemizing, they could definitely win this next team fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's a common trend, right? They hit the good Infest, they win the fight.
That's true.
That's the name of the game for them.
Uh-oh, here's the initiation, though. It's Mineski charging up the mid. They going on to Zayas.
Oh, they popped
and
it.
the Lincolns gets broken. And now Mushi getting force-stabbed back. He's still muted, gets hit by the Sonic Wave, but is able to BKB. They'll lose Ninja Boogie. He turns for the cooldown. And Mushi now gets tracked up. He's in a lot of trouble.
The Manta.
The Manta might have actually saved him.
Gets rid of the track.
Now Jabs gets onto the high ground. He's going to get stunned up. He'll be another sacrificial lamb. It's a 2-0 as Vega take another team fight. Maybe one more. They've got Ice 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 in the background. 3-0. They're starting to turn this one around. It's only a 2K lead now.
Judging by the fact that Zayas just stole at the very end of that, I'm pretty sure he's the one who popped the Lincolns with the spell steal and provided the Nullifier instantaneously on the gyro. And Mushi lost, what, 80%, 90% of his HP before he could even BKB.
Yeah.
And that drove them out of the fight. They lost all of their damage, and the rest of them fell apart. And this is that important Roche, the cheese.
Yeah, this is a big one. And they bring it down so quick now with the medallion, with the minus armor.
Figured
Vega.
it out. Ooh. Just, you know, they were having some issues executing the strategies. Back to the basics. The most basic strategy that you can find. Infest, kill, win, fight. And they've been executing. They're doing it.
Yeah. Now, are you at all concerned about... Okay, it's just a single
This game's
hex.
even.
Yeah.
It's not really fair to be concerned about anything at this point.
Well, I'm thinking they're going to have double hex on the Dire, and I'm wondering if that's maybe a potential turning of the tides. Pucks is completed, and Nature's Prophet about halfway there. Looks like he's changed his mind, now queued up the Bloodthorn. But the Bloodthorn already complete on Queen of Pain. They've been doing so well with these Infest Bomb ganks without the Bloodthorn, and now pretty much anyone they find is going to be in some serious trouble, except the Gyrocopter.
He's already on the next track, too, where he's going for that Lincoln Sphere. Because the Scythe, obviously, if you can catch her first and stop it, man, they must be almost out of smokes. This has got to be the last one. Because they have just been spamming these things like crazy.
Quap is also level 25. Only hero to have that last tier talents already.
Right.
And she's gone for the 20-second spell block.
The double Lincolns.
Yep. Well, she has one link. Doesn't have a
she's
Lincoln.
going to buy one.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, okay. Yeah. I'm with you. So, Pretty good. Very survivable.
I like
Hard
it
to
over
lock
the
down
fear.
this Queen of Pain.
Guys, think someone will TP this shrine. What if we just chill here for a bit? It's a chance.
Never know. Yeah, sometimes the fear feels very good, but the spell block is just a little more reliable.
I think in this game, she can't be stunned.
Yeah.
Like, she has to get that initiation every single time, so.
Mineski all grouped up in the mid, maybe looking to roam over
this
here.
This is like the Sharks, man. You know, dunno.
Who's actually going to catch who, though? Hex now onto Zayat. The undershot's there. They've got the Infest Bomb. Now the Yules comes out on Puck. Call down from Mushi. BKBs get popped, but Undershot standing his ground. And now Blizzy charges in. He'll be the one to get Dream Coiled with the BKB on. Wants to be careful not to snap the tether, but he'll get Fiend's Grip, and that'll be the end of the Aegis. They will lose the Nature's Prophet. And now Undershock pops the cheese, once jabs, and it looks like another good fight for Vega.
Oh, nice blink back, too, to make sure they couldn't pump any damage into him.
Mineski in full retreat mode as the puck gets muted. Able to phase shift, but Vega lock him down, bring him down, and it's a 1-for-3 trade. Vega actually pulling into the lead.
Yeah, Zayat, you did not die in vain. Excellent little bait play there. They wanted that gem so bad, and then that creates a great engagement for them just by getting that. Again, Infest. All that matters is they got to go to Infest play, and they get the lifesteal on top of everybody.
But now buyback from the puck. With all of these fights, the track gold is adding up, and now it is Vega that have the net worth lead, and it feels like for the first time they've actually taken control of this game. Lifestealer has the MKB now to go with the Assault Cuirass. He is farmed, he is beefy, and he is doing big-time damage. That tier 2 falls in the bottom lane, and now only 2 outer towers for Mineski. You got to
replay here, too. This is the Jaws over off on the sidelines, and they just hop right in, they catch that puck.
Zayat's doing such a great job starting off this fight, surviving and kind of baiting it all out.
Yeah, he does go down on the side, but I mean, even that, Ice Ice like dives in to kill him right next to a lifesteal. Like, Plant was supposed to have trouble getting on top of you.
Exactly.
And suddenly, he's just there. He's free food. And then Queen almost gets hit by the missile right here, but blinks back just to make sure Mushi couldn't kill him.
Very impressive. Also, like the Broodmother stayed inside of the Dream Coil, just started hitting the Ancient. Like, you know what? Maybe I can lifesteal a little bit here. No problem. Not going to break this tether. I know you've got Naganims. And they take another good team fight and 2 towers on top of that. So just as you were saying earlier, now
Ice.
Oh, they're going to catch him again. He gets muted, nowhere to go. He's slowed into oblivion, and the Sprout will not be enough to save him.
Plantos even seals it with the Infest, but now he's back out.
Call down, flying in, BKB popped by the Gyro. The Earth Splitter doing a lot of work, and this Dream Coil holding everyone in place. They've lost 2 and soon to be 3 as Zayat goes down, but now Queen of Pain on the background.
The Sonic Wave with the Yules.
Zayat's actually survived. I miscalled that, but now Slayer on the run. They still have the vision. No, they don't. The dust, does it connect? No, it falls short.
Yeah, I pierced it with the Lotus Orb. It did connect him. So
it did.
he was forced to pop on out.
Yeah,
so
you're right. All right.
He is dead.
He's dead, and that was a double damage on the Gyrocopter. So part of the reason why that fight actually did go so well for Mineski, just way too much damage.
I mean, it looked good because they blew up Ice Ice there, but now that's going to be a 2K swing going back the other way.
Yeah.
1,000 gold for old Gyrocopter, too. So Mushi is so fat right now.
Very topsy-turvy game. And remember, folks, this is 4 elimination. Loser of this game out of the tournament. Winner survives, but still 1 loss away. So much on the line. And now the buyback from the Lifestealer. Already 1 lane of barracks down. They don't want to lose another.
Oh, we're going back in. We have infested. No more of this bounty hunter Lifestealer infest. That didn't work out. That fight didn't. You know, the Queen of Pain's much better. So they're going to try for that one once more. But this would be a bigger upset if Vega can pull this off than Cold Liquid.
Absolutely.
Like the caliber and the differences here. I mean, maybe Mineski haven't been quite as hot lately, but Vega just really ready to prove themselves. Already they've upset, honestly.
Right, even just comparing individual skill and prowess and history and everything in the position to position, Mineski should have a pretty big advantage. So Vega definitely proving that they've got the stock to tango with some of the best teams in the world. I mean, even if they don't win this game, like you said, they have proven that they can hang in there.
Once more, the strat is being executed.
Quap now with a nullifier of her own on top of the Bloodthorn.
They look ready for this. This is a bait up top here.
Yep, they're going to try to jump in onto Ice Ice Ice. They will bring him down, but can they get more? BKB from Mushi. Moon also inbound. Quap does blink, breaks the tether on the coil, but they don't know where she is. Well, they've found her now, but she'll have another blink up. Maybe Puck can find her. Earth Splitter does fly through. It's a little close for comfort. They break the Lincolns, but Puck needs to be careful. The mute, perhaps scary, but the sleep now. The Hex and Quap will get brought down.
Yeah,
1 for 1.
I think they made a mistake, not just BKB TPing. Just leaving that engagement right after. Now Lifestealer even still stuck inside the creeps. Not sure if they realize.
I don't think so.
Looks like they might. Either way, they're just going to kind of shadow him.
He's trying to play it cool. I'm just a regular siege
Don't
creep
break
here.
formation.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to follow this other siege creep. I don't know if they know.
No, it doesn't look like they realized.
They'll just back up. Okay, so Lifestealer survives through it all.
Or it's just not worth, I guess. They're backing way up here.
Poor Ice, man.
Yeah, well, sometimes the bait, you know, you got to go down. Didn't even have a chance to pop his BKB.
Strikingly even game as we get close to that 50-minute mark. Gold lead negligible at this stage. All about itemization and execution from this point forward. Gyrocopter now with a Satanic. Always a big item pickup there. So much more sustainability. And with that, Mineski will rendezvous for another smoke. Again, 4 heroes roaming into enemy territory as Ice TPs down to the bottom lane to perhaps try to bait something out. Slayer will be nearby. The rest of Vega stationed up in the mid lane.
Broodmother would be a nice grab.
And they'll find her with the Dream Coil to start things off. Now the Fiend's Grip, but it does get canceled as Zayats jumps in. BKB popped by Mushi. Are they going to be able to lock down this Brood? They put down a Sentry Ward, the Hex, but Lotus Sword comes out. The rockets are flying through. And they will be able to finish him off. Zayats also dies off to the side. Both of them down without buyback. And this could actually be the end, Trent. Now Lifestealer, he's dead as well. It's a dieback for him. And just like that, Mineski have a 5v2, and they want to end this thing.
Oh, there was a window, but it's been slammed shut by Mineski. It felt like they controlled almost the entire game up until a point where maybe those Infest ganks weren't going to be enough. Maybe that strategy could fly through. But it did not.
50 minutes, an epic game. Vega make Mineski work for it. But unfortunately for Vega fans around the world, they